this is a drama where you don't just like the leads and you just don't end up rooting for the leads. You end up rooting for the other people as well. Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel episode, and I am back with another review. Well, I was reviewing Bollywood films earlier, but I hated my job, okay? Like, the films are really bad, so I deleted all those videos because I had to actually watch really bad movies so that I could get a review up for this channel. So I thought, okay, time to switch it. Like, so I am making memes on my shorts, and on my long format I would be giving restaurant visits and some drama series reviews, which would be high rated, and so that my time is saved. I know that that's very selfish of me, but yeah, I'm not going to play with my mental health. So it's actually Diwali, and there is a long holiday, and I thought of watching Appétit, Majesty, which is really high rated. It released on Netflix. It's available on Netflix. It's based on this web novel. So if I had to title this review, I would say The Joy of Feeding Others, because that's what this drama is all about. I think that a passionate cook, they love cooking, but they love feeding other people even more. And when the other person like acknowledges the fact that you have cooked great, or you have reminded me of something, this really makes me feel happy, this reminds me of my mother or my home, that's what a cook wants to hear. I think that's the thing that a cook yearns for. So this drama series is kind of all about that. Today I will be having vadas and some momos. Some momo. ये momos नहीं होता है. So this series basically has 12 episodes, and each episode is named on something related to the food or a recipe, some famous food item from Korea, something like that. Okay, so that's really cool. The concept is about time travel, and it's between a time travel and a historical drama, palace politics thing going on, with also a little bit of comedy and love. So I am not particularly a fan of romantic stuff. I hate it. I hate overly romantic drama series. Whatever country it is from, I just hate it. So this is something that I like, because it's really like cool. It does not overdo the romance part or the drama or the politics or the thrill. There's everything over here. Okay, so when I heard that it's about time travel, now time travel has been done to death by every country possible. Like you would like find numerous time travel series, cinema, books, and I was a little bit apprehensive that is it something that I have not watched yet or read about yet. And honestly speaking, the first episode I was very apprehensive and bored, because it felt like I have seen this thing, and you know, this is so typical. And the only reason that I went through the entire first 1 or 2 episodes is because of the high ratings, and trust me, it was worth it. The first episode did feel like it might be like some. I didn't feel like I would be able to binge watch it. You know, might be like 1 episode every 2 or 3 days. But once I got through the 2-3 episodes, I really started liking it a lot. So I would suggest you the same in case you feel bored in the first few episodes. So basically, we have our female lead, and I will be avoiding taking the names because I know that I'm going to mispronounce it. She is basically a chef, and she participated in this cooking competition in France, and she won it, and she's going back to her country, back to her dad, and her dad asked her to bring this sort of an ancient book regarding some recipes from France from a person that he knows. So she was doing that. She was just getting this book for her dad, and she was in this flight when suddenly the pilot said that look out, there's a solar eclipse that's happening. So everybody looked out, and she was also reading a poem at this point, and suddenly something happened, and she gets transported back into Chuseo era, if I'm pronouncing it right. It's this era which was really long, around 500 years, that started from the late 1300s. So she goes back and she lands in this era, and initially she just can't accept that. She thought that she just fell off somewhere, and she is in Korea. She just starts looking out for people, finding directions. She just thinks that she landed somewhere. She didn't realize that she is in a lot of years back, a lot of centuries back. Little does she realize that she has already read about all these things in her textbook, in her history textbook back at school. So there she meets our very charismatic, very handsome male lead, who is the ruler of this area of the dynasty, and he is known as somebody. He's like hated by everybody. Okay, he is the king is consumed by his thoughts of taking revenge on the people who killed his mother, and this revenge motive actually causes him to do a lot of harm. Like, he just randomly destroys homes around, orders his men to lift up girls and get it back to his palace for his entertainment. And we actually get he has a lot of gray areas. Okay, he's not your typical Korean male drama hero who is just perfect. He's like, perfect and everything. He's not like that. He has a lot of negative things going on. The male lead, he meets the female lead, and then a lot of things happen. She was initially like treated like an outcast and sent to the palace, and she's started realizing that this is what I read about. This is what I read about as a kid, and I have actually time traveled back to Joseon era. And like, we do see glimpses of a lot of things of how the royal palace works, how women across the entire globe and even in Korea were exploited in various ways, or mentally tortured or killed for petty issues, or how poor people were just ordered to be, like, killed off in a really barbaric way. The poor, and especially the females, really live in this constant fear. And our female lead, she befriends this young lady, and together they land up in trouble and they are sent back to the palaces. People think they are outcast and they are quick to be placed into the dungeons. Okay, now coming back to the king, we see some glimpses of why he is like this, why does he behave like this, what like things about his traumatic past, about his likes and dislikes, and the way people are treated, the way the royal families work, the palace works, the ministers, the uncles, the concubines, the princesses, the royal mother. We get to see a lot of people and the dynamics between them, between different families, between different dynasties and kingdoms. And there's a lot of politics going on. Okay, like, there's a lot of scheming that's going on, and it kind of gets interesting at this point because there's a lot of things happening behind our male and female lead. So we get to see a lot of characters. The king discovers that this outcast lady does cook well, so he gives her a chance to be the royal head chef, and only on one condition, that if any day she cooks bad food, she will be killed. So she has to serve up innovative, new, good tasting food every day to the king and to whoever he has asked her to cook for. Now, so she has to impress the king every day. She has to impress everybody, the uncles, the ministers, the guests from foreign. She has to smash it out of the park. And on top of that, the kitchen, which was primarily it was run by males, they couldn't they couldn't digest the fact that there would be a female head chef who will be running the kitchen and giving orders to them. Now, the good part for food lovers, especially me, as you can see, is that behind every thing that our lady is cooking, you would actually see with all the scientific explanations that why she is cooking that in that way. Techniques, modern techniques that those people from that era never saw, and they were mesmerized. And even I was, with the graphics and with all the scientific formulas and calculations and explanations that went on in the series. It was really fascinating to watch. There was story behind every dish that she cooked up. There was a rationale behind everything that she did, and every ingredient, and it was really mesmerizing to know all that stuff about Korean cuisine. And it was like completely like traditional thing meets modern techniques, and it was something that a food lover, a foodie would completely enjoy. So if you're a foodie, you have to watch this series. Okay, so this is very fair and square. She was initially treated like an outcast. She ends up as a royal head chef. She has to impress people. She has to even participate in cooking competitions. A lot of things going on. Okay, where does it change? She lands herself in this place, which at that point she believed could change the history of Joseon era, and that king particularly. So for that you have to watch the series. I'm not going to give out any spoilers. Was she able to do it? Was she not able to do it? Was she able to change history or not? I am not going to reveal anything at this moment, because that would be like giving out a spoiler. And she falls in this tricky situation because, as I said earlier, that there is this constant scheming by the relatives, by the ministers, the uncles, the princes, the foreign ministries. There's a lot of hatred for the king from a lot of sides, and people were plotting for his fall, of course. So this is how she also gets involved in this messy affair. Plus, the very jealous concubine, king's most favorite concubines, that's consort, she was really jealous because the king was giving a lot of attention to this new lady, and she was certainly made the royal head chef. She was highly jealous, and she was involved in scheming things against her as well. So it gets interesting really at this point, and this is what the plot's about. Okay, so after that you will have to watch it. Now let's come to its review. How did I like it, and what did I like it, and what I did not like. Acting, cast, leads were perfect. Okay, I could not find like a single person who I could fault. They were like really, the cast was diverse, and they were like extraordinary in their performances, very nuanced, and you could actually feel there was this one male cook who came from foreign countries, and there was a lady as well, 3 of them. I mean, even though their part was really small, I could, like, they acted it like I really felt for them. Even though their stories were not the main part, they were like this little girl who was the friend of our lead. Like, she was so cheerful, so bubbly, that I had this instant liking for her. I mean, this is a drama where you don't just like the leads, and you just don't end up rooting for the leads. You end up rooting for the other people as well, a lot of people. So that's an excellent thing, and I think that's because the actors, the director convinced us, and that was their convincing power which led us to believe like this. So yeah, full marks for the acting. The music was great, the background score, songs, everything was really nice. Visuals was also like, it was really nice. And a special mention for this lady, like, she was there. She used to taste everything before serving it to the king. Like, she was so cute. The moment she tasted our lead's cooked dishes, she just gave this smile. Like, she liked the food so much, and then she proceeded to serve to the king. Like, she was so cute. So I have to mention her. Okay, so now going forward with the review. So thankfully this was not mushy, not that dramatic, not, the love blooms really slowly, like between the leads, that increased through comedy scenes. It was really quirky, funny, relatable scenes. The comedic timing, very playful, the way they fell in love. Like, it's something that just happened gradually, and it hits you at the end of the series. Initially you would just enjoy it, but at the end of the series, it just, that last episode, it really overwhelmed me. The love, which was like, I think it was beautiful. I cried, and it was not 2 drops, but like, I did manage to wet my pillow. So yeah, coming to the cons. A big con was the ending. The ending disappointed me. I'm not talking the story, but the way it ended, it was rushed. It was like too many unanswered questions. Like, it just ended all of a sudden. It was like 3 episodes quickly passed as 1 episode with no explanations behind a lot of things. We get a lot of half-baked stories, okay? The king's mother, how she died, the grandmother, or why certain uncles and princes were jealous, the backstory of why the rebel was happening, and the backstory behind why the king's mother was targeted. We never get that in a detailed way that we would like. As viewers, we don't get the detailed explanation as to why those things happened with the king. They could have actually managed to extend this by 1 or 2 more episodes to, give us time for the ending, because it was too quick. Everything happened too quick, and the last few 20 to 30 minutes, I really don't know. But there are like so many unanswered questions, and it's I would say it's an open ending, But with all those unanswered questions, I do believe that there would be a season 2, because in no way a good drama series can end like this. I am an Indian, and an Indian me could not accept the fact that such a good drama series was wrapped up all of a sudden when these Indian directors go on stretching these dead serials years after years, 10 years, 20 years. They just don't stop. If one story is over, they would bring another story. The story is dead. The people are dead. They would bring the people's kids and their kids and their kids and their cats and their dogs. It just doesn't end. And over here, this good drama series just ended so fast, and a lot of unanswered explanations. And I was like, oh my god, what is happening? Why is this happening? On top of that, I am crying because of this few scenes between the lead. The first time that I felt that, oh my god, yes, they have a connection. They have the love has bloomed, and suddenly it just ends, and I'm like, okay. These Korean series are the reasons I have so much expectations from my love life. Please don't raise our expectations like this. I would have been very happy if they would have had another ending. The visuals that these people have used for the recipes, for the food, the ingredients, the high quality in footages of the ingredients and the food itself, I think that's going to make you salivate, especially if you love spicy Korean food. Then I think you have to like stock up on ramen in your house, because these footages really make you hungry. I'm salivating right now thinking about those scenes. Good people love good food, love good drama series. Okay, so you need to watch this if you love food, if you love comedy, if you love a little bit of romance and suspense and thriller. This is like an amalgamation of everything that's there in this drama. This drama gets a solid 7.5 out of 10, and only the unanswered questions are the reason that I'm chopping off some marks, because otherwise it's quite decent to watch. And if you're waiting for something to watch on holidays, I believe that this is it. It's available on Netflix. Do give it a try, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for relatable memes and more reviews. If you like, I would be happy to come up with such videos. At least it's better than watching very bad Bollywood movies. Oh my god. So take care, and I will meet you in the next series review.